Hi, my name's Hannah and happy Christmas. Today I'm going to show you how to make the gorgeous robin tree decoration. Now all you need to do is you need to go on the Red online website and you need to grab the pattern for the robin. It's just a body and a wing, and then get yourself some pretty sort of scrapbook papers. Now I've chosen this sort of red rose pattern, which is quite pretty for a robin, and what I've actually done is I've glued two sheets of card together. I'm going to use that pattern for my wing, and then I've glued the rose pattern to the rose pattern, and I'm going to use that for my body. So we just get rid of those. So you need to cut your shapes out. So as you can see here, we've got our robin body shape, and I've glued the two pieces of card together, so there's the floral pattern on front and back, and then I've got two wing shapes, so they've got the spotty on one side and then the floral on the other. So let's attach our wings first. So let's just pop them in place there and give them a little bend, so just lift them up a tiny bit like that, and then with a glue gun just put a little bit of glue in the crease of the bend and just stick that down. And then repeat for the other side. So again, just give your wing a little bit of a bend, and then put the glue on that crease there, and just glue into place. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to make a hole just in the middle of the back so that the robin can hang properly. So I'm just going to use a hole punch like this, just a single hole punch, and just make a hole punch in there. And at this stage we're going to add the twine before we add the tail. So I've got this really pretty red and white twine here, so I just need to cut a section from that, and I'm going to thread that through the hole. So just thread it through the hole just there, and then just tie a little knot in the end of that, and we'll use that to hang our decoration from our tree. And just neaten up those ends. So now we've finished our main body of our bird, we'll just pop him aside, and we need to do the fun bit, which is folding the tail. So I've got some pages of an old book that I was just going to chuck out anyway, so I'm using those, but you could use newspaper or anything similar to that. I just quite like this pattern. So what we do now is just grab our page and we just fold it into a fan shape with about 1 centimetre-ish intervals in between each fan. So just fold it so it's all the way down. And I would guess the width of this was about 12 centimetres and the length of it was around sort of 18 centimetres if you were cutting it out of newspaper. So you just keep folding forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. And then what you want to do is you want to fold that shape in half. And there you can see a really pretty fan. But because we want to have this either side of our robin, we're just going to cut that in the middle. So we want to put one half of our fan on one side of the robin's tail, and then the other half on the other side, so the tail is sandwiched in between. And then we want to grab our stapler. You need quite a good stapler, heavy duty stapler to do this because of all the layers of paper, and just staple down the middle, and you can see it's secured both sides. And then we want to fan out our shape like this, and so it's sort of spread out the tail a little bit, and then there's our finished robin.